Hey y'all, it's Trina coming back in to do another video review on, I have to remember to look at the camera and not at the screen. So anyway, I'm coming in to do another video review. Now, I told you I wasn't going to watch this show, but on my Xbox Live account, if you log into Zune, the Zune Marketplace, and go and click on networks and then click on Bravo, all your favorite shows like The Real Housewives of Orange County, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, all the Real Housewives series, you can watch on Xbox through the Zune application. Anyway, I just happened to be browsing Zune, and I clicked on Bravo, and of course I watched this week's episode of the Real Housewives of Orange County. And I haven't done any video reviews on them. I like the show. This is like the first season I've ever watched out of all 7 seasons. One of my friends had got me into it, but it's good, but it's not good enough for me to want to come on and do a video review about it. But I'll just say I like the show. Scale to 1 to 10, I'd give it about an 8. Let's see. Back to what I was talking about. So anyway, I happened to be browsing the Bravo network, and so I watched my Real Housewives of Orange County, and of course I watched the Real Housewives of New Jersey, which I'm going to come in a little later and do a. My cat's me. What's wrong, Mitzi? I don't like that meow. It's like, help me, meow. Mitz. Oh, you okay, baby? You okay? What's meow like that for, huh, Mama? That just scared Mama. That scared Mama. It did. And she's like, I'm alright. Leave me alone. Some of these cats, I love them because they just like, look, feed me, change my litter, and leave me alone. You ain't got to touch pet, nothing. Just do them 2 things. Give me some water, feed me, and clean my litter, and I'm good to go. So, the perfect relationship. Anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. So anyway, so I happened to be browsing the Bravo channel and looking at my Real Housewives episodes, and then I came across Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding. And I told y'all in a previous video that I wasn't going to watch the show because it just seemed like it was going to be boring, and Croy is boring, and da-da-da-da. But on Zune, or for this week, well, the first episode, her episodes number 1 are only 22 minutes long, so I think this must be like a, I don't know if it's like a test pilot type thing or a test season, just to see if it'll do well, because all the other Real Housewives episodes and all the other shows are like 44 minutes long, because obviously through Xbox you don't have to watch all the commercials, so all you see is the episode. So they're usually anywhere between 42 to 44 minutes long. Well, her episodes are only 22 minutes long, so it's like a half an hour. And the one episode just happened to be free, so I was like, well, since I don't have to pay for it, I might as well just, get a glimpse of, the show to see if I like it or not. Anyway, naturally the show is based around her, Kim Biederman, wanting to, obviously her and Croy Biederman. I know I'm not Berryman or Beardman are getting married, and she wants to get married on 11/11/11, and she only has 2 months to put together her wedding. So that's what the premise of the show is about, is her making all her wedding plans and all this and that. And she hired a high price A-list celebrity wedding planner. I can't think of the dude's name. I've never heard of him before, but Kim states that he's worked for the likes of Tom Cruise, Oprah, Jennifer Lopez. Now, all these celebrities, I know for a fact, it's been pretty much proven that Oprah's worth, a couple of $1 billion. She's not a millionaire, she's a billionaire. And I'm sure Tom Cruise and Jennifer Lopez are multi-millionaires. So them hiring this A-list wedding planner, I'm sure he charges anywhere between $300,000 to $400,000, and I say anywhere between $300,000 to $500,000 for his fee to do a celebrity wedding. Now, do I believe that Kim Zociak is an A-list celebrity? She's a celebrity. Yeah, people know who she is because of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But do I think she's an A-list celebrity where she should be hiring, Tom Cruise and Jennifer Lopez wedding planners? I don't think her money is that deep. I think she has some money, but she's not a multi-millionaire. Like, she's nowhere near on Tom Cruise, Jennifer Lopez, and Oprah status. She's just, sorry y'all, she's just not trying to talk about the girl. But anyway, she calls this wedding planner in. He comes to her house, and what she was really smart about is they decided to have their wedding there because that's going to save a lot of money. Since they don't have to pay for, renting a venue, that's going to save a lot of money. And plus, I mean, they have a really beautiful property there, and there's enough room for them to have their wedding there. But when he walked around her place and told her, Croy, when Croy asked for a number, Kim and Croy are in the kitchen, and he's like, okay, so, as far as figures and stuff, as far as how much we want to pay for this wedding, what's the number or what's the budget? And she's like, we have a budget, Kim. And I'm thinking, oh, Lord. Croy, you need to sit down with Kim and talk about budgets because, she's used to dealing with and working with Big Papa money, and you don't have Big Papa money. And, she's used to buying whatever like she said in the last season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she goes, with Big Papa, I'm used to buying stuff and, never waiting for the bill to come. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's like that's the kind of privilege she had when she was with Big Papa, but you're not on Big Papa status, even though you made good money working for the Atlanta Falcons. But anyway, Croy asked her about the number, and she was like, well, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe 500, 600,000. And he looks at her like, what in the world? He goes, when my sister got married, her wedding cost $7,000. And Kim goes, yeah, well, that's in Montana. This isn't Montana. This is Atlanta. And so I'm thinking, 500,000-600,000 maybe. She's like, is that a lot? And he's looking at her like, okay. And I'm thinking, he don't want to say what he really wants to say because he's on camera. And so, but you could tell he was shocked when she came up with that total. Anyway, this famous wedding planner, which, I don't know who he is, but, obviously he seems very top notch. And of course, if Tom Cruise and Jennifer Lopez work with them, he has to be pretty top notch. But anyway, after they went through walking around and, Kim showing him the floor plan of the backyard and where she wanted, the actual wedding ceremony to be and where she wanted the reception to be, she's wondering, she was like, so how much is it going to cost? And this dude comes back with 700 or 7 figures. And I'm thinking, okay, 7 figures. So I'm thinking, okay, at least, okay, $1 million. I'm thinking, okay, good Lord, okay, $1 million for what? I mean, okay, so she's going to get married where they live, so they don't have to pay for the cost of renting a venue. Okay, so Croy, they said that they were going to have at least or no less than 200 guests at their wedding. Okay, so to rent a huge tent that can accommodate 200 people, okay, for a really nice, you can get a really nice tent that will accommodate 200 people for about 20 grand. $20,000. Okay, so there you go. That's 20 grand for your tent. Okay, so for all the like table rounds, the linens, the plates, like the chargers, the silverware, and your flowers. Okay, for the type of wedding she wants to have, okay, I would tack on another 100 grand for that. So that's 120 for your tent, your linens, your tables, your plates, chargers, forks, knives, glasses, another 100 grand for that. So that's 120,000 right there. Okay, so then let's talk food. Okay, so you got 200 people there, or you're gonna have 200 people there, and how much do you want the people per plate? Well, maybe a normal wedding, like a normal wedding that you and I would have, probably be about $25 a plate. Okay, but the type of wedding I think that she wants to have, I'm thinking maybe $50 to $100 a plate. So for 200 people, you're talking, you're talking maybe about $10,000, 10 grand for the food, right? Is that right? Let's get my little nifty calendar. If you got 200 people times $100 a plate, Oh, 20,000. So okay, so yeah. So if it was $50 a plate, it'd be 10,000. So $100 a plate, it'll be 20,000 for that. So you had 140. She will be at 140 grand for her tent, the tables, the chairs, the linens, the chargers, plates, silverware, glasses, and flowers. And food is 140 grand. Okay, and let's say he tax on 300,000 for his fee. Tax on 300,000 for his fee. So that's $440,000. You know, and she can have a really nice wedding. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, am I wrong? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like $1 million wedding for $1 million for a freaking backyard wedding. I don't know. Something ain't right. Then she goes on the internet to look for a wedding dress, and she was in LA. She said she was in LA like 3 years ago, and she stopped by this famous bridal boutique, and she saw this dress she wanted, but she didn't buy the dress because, you know, she didn't have anyone to marry her. And back then the dress cost $58,000. Okay, that's a brand new car, brand spank new, really nice car. Okay, and she didn't buy it, so she went online and she found the dress. It's used. I guess some girl or some lady bought the dress and got married in it, and she said she only wore it for an hour, and she's selling it for $58,000. Kim bought this used dress for $58,000 because she loved the dress. So that's the dress she's getting married in. And then she proceeds to go to New York to get 2 other dresses that, you know, that she's gonna wear, you know, after she gets, you know, wear the gown that she's going to wear for an hour that she's going to pay $58,000 for. Yeah, she's going to take that off and then change twice into 2 other dresses that she bought from New York. One she paid $20,000 for, and the other one she paid 30 grand for. But anyway, I just think that's just a waste of money, but whatever. Not my money, so who cares? But anyway, but then there's an episode in the episode, Kim's mom, they decide to go dress shopping for her mom, and y'all, I'm not trying to talk about anybody's mom. I'm not, you know, I don't, you know, but Kim's mom is, I mean, number one, Kim needs to, whoever does Kim's makeup needs to do the mother's makeup. I mean, they go to this boutique, and I'm looking at her mom, and it looks like her mom took some red rouge and just drew a line on each side of her face for her blush, and that's it. It looks like she drew the line, but she didn't blend it in. It looks like she just drew. If y'all think I'm lying, go and watch the episode. If you don't even have Xbox, just go online to Bravotv.com. I'm sure they'll show a clip from the show, and you'll see her makeup is just jacked up, on top of the fact that her skin looks like it's paper thin. She doesn't look healthy. And then when she went to trying on those dresses and stuff, and I mean, she looked like, I mean, there's skinny, there's healthy skinny, and then there's anorexic sick, like I'm about to die skinny. Her mom looks like, yeah, anorexic sick, I'm about to die if I don't eat a sandwich. That's what she looks like. And I'm like, oh man, someone needs to, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's the stress, you know, I don't know what it is. The first season, when we first saw her, she looked good. I think that she was a little heavier in season 1 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So when we first saw her, yeah, she looked, you know, she looked a lot better. She looked a lot healthier. But now she's just, man, her mom is just toe up from the flow. And I mean, she looks sick. She needs to eat some food, and maybe, yeah, Kim needs to take her to, you know, to have, you know, maybe some touch-ups done, you know, maybe some fillers to help fill out her face so that she doesn't look so, I mean, if Kim is what, 30, what is she, 34, 35, and her mom is 20 years older than her, so that would put her, what, 55 years old? My mom is 62 years old, and my friends have seen my mother, and they'll tell you my mom is beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but she's very pretty. And so I mean, Kim's mom looks like my mother's mother. I mean, she looks way 10, at least 15 years older than my mom. So anyway, I'm not trying to bag on the woman or anything like that, but I mean, Kim, I mean, for Kim to be so vain about herself, you would think she would talk to her mom about doing her makeup, and you know what I mean, if she's gonna be on the show, make sure her stuff is on, you know, her face is on point, her makeup's done, and she don't, I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, do I think that this show is gonna take off? For Kim's sake, I hope so, because I don't think Kroy knows what he's gotten into. The next episode, they show previews of the next episode that's coming up. It's going to show Kim going to her psychic, and her psychic Rose is looking at her hand, and she tells Kim, she's like, oh, his family does not want him to marry you, which of course I'm not surprised. I mean, come on, look at her history. I mean, who would want their well-adjusted, homegrown, country-raised son to marry Kim Zociak? I mean, really? So I can see why they're concerned. And I don't think Kroy has a clue as to what he's gotten into. Like I've said before, Kim Zociak is used to a certain lifestyle. She, if someone doesn't know what a budget is, it's Kim Zociak. I mean, was in a relationship with Big Papa for over 4 years. He spared no expense when it came to Kim. She could have whatever she wanted. Like she said, I can shop and just pretend like the bill's never going to come, and it doesn't. I mean, he had thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff sent to her house. She picked out what she wanted, and she sent the rest back, and that was it. And she was very fortunate, in that way. I mean, you saw her on season 2 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where she goes to a dealership and she wants to buy a Cadillac Escalade, and she calls Big Papa and is like, can I write a check for this car, $64,000? And he said yeah, and she's like, thank you, Big Papa, thank you, Big Papa. Bought her a $64,000 car, so, I mean, that's the type of opulence that she's used to, so I pray that Kroy doesn't hurt himself on the field, because if he does, they're screwed. I mean, she'll kick. I mean, I just have a feeling. I think she's in love with him right now, because she's in love with the idea of being married to a young man. He's an athlete, a pro athlete, so they'll have money coming in. Not like Big Papa money, but they can be comfortable. She can be comfortable with that money, but she still have to be careful with her spending. If you go back to season 1 of The Real Housewives, when Deshaun Snow and Lisa Hartwell went shopping, and the girls were comparing, the differences between the NFL and the NBA, and Deshaun said, girl, I don't know if I could be married to an NFL player, because, their contracts aren't guaranteed. And what she meant by that is her husband or her ex-husband, if he had hurt himself while playing on the basketball court, he still would get paid as long as he shows up, and not, he don't have to show up in uniform, but if he's dressed up in a suit and he shows up to the game, he still gets paid as if he was playing on the court. In football or in the NFL, if Kroy messes up and hurts himself, that's it. He don't get paid. If he don't play, he don't get paid. And God forbid he injures himself to the point where he can't play at all anymore. That means he's out of money. On top of the fact, he's got to wait till he turns 50 to even start collecting a pension, and he's only 24 years old. So, I just pray that, that he stays healthy, because, man, if he should injure himself, he's screwed. And I think Kim will hang on for a little while, but, I mean, she's used to a certain lifestyle, and if he can't give her that, he's going to get kicked to the curb. I'm sorry, but he going to get straight kicked to the curb. You know what I mean? And then, Kroy, make this the last child you have with her. you got two, you 24, you got the one, you got KJ, and now she's pregnant again. Make this the last child. She's had enough kids. She's got 2 kids from 2 previous relationships, and now she's got 2 kids with you. So let's just make this it, because if say you do leave the league, or you know what I mean, or something happens and you guys break up, trust me, she will be trying to get some child support from you. I can guarantee you she's going to be trying to get some child support. So FYI on that, when you're going to lay down with her unprotected, you know, make sure she, after this baby, she takes her shots and stuff. I'm telling you, because Kim is just not, I think she's a good mom, but she hasn't done very well when it comes to the relationship department. Her decision-making skills about who she's with, and I don't know, it's just, I don't know, just beware. I just really hope that Kroy really, I think that's the problem his family is having with him marrying Kim, because they think she'll gold digger, and they think that she's just using him for his money. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I think. Anyway, if y'all watch the show, let me know. If you're interested in what I'm talking in the show that I'm talking about, is Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding with Kim Zociak, aka Kim Biederman, or whatever, her Beardman, I guess is her new married name. Anyway, you can go and check that out on Bravotv.com, or if you have Xbox, you can pick it up on the Zune application through your Xbox. Log on to Bravo that way, and tell me what you think. So that's all I had to say about that show. Like I said, you know, I only watched it because it was free. I didn't have to pay for it, and so that's my take on the first episode of Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding, Kim Zociak. So anyway, let me know what you thought. If you like this video response, if you got any comments, let me know. If you like the channel, you like what you see, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch. See you later. Bye. Mwah.